Okay, shalom everybody. We are at the Barriers Mayan family. We are in the middle of Hanukat Bait. Today we're going to discuss and we dedicate this shiur for their Hatzlacha, Banim Zecharim, Bracha, Simcha, always in this house. Hashem will give you also, everybody, all the participants, we give Shefa, Briut, Hayim Arukim, long life, and all the best, all the Barachot in the Torah.
Amen.
We have a very special parasha coming up this Shabbat. It's two parashiyot, Tazria and Metzora. I will focus on the second parasha, Parashat Metzora. We'll talk a little bit about what the parasha is teaching us. We'll focus on the first few Pesukim, and it's a very interesting topic. You know that the parasha starts with, by the way, this shiur is dedicated to also the Ilun Nishmat, Pe'eli Bat Rivka, and Ayala Rivka Bat Nadra. All those who died or were murdered in the Holocaust, all their neshamot, for the sake of their soul. Tonight is the Yom HaShoah. Also, רפואה שלמה לדודו, רפואה שלמה בכתף. כן, וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, זאת תהיה תורת המצורע ביום טהרתו, והובא אל הכהן. The Torah tells us that there is a case, used to be, we'll see if we have today this problem, this issue, this notion is related to us today, but the Torah talks about a Metzora. Metzora, if I want to translate literally, means someone that has leprosy. Someone that has tzarat. But it's not the same tzarat. It's not the sickness that it's contaminated. This is a Jewish sickness. Only the Jewish have it, and only in the land of Israel. The Torah says the following word, Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, that's the first pasuk, Hashem talked with Moshe, saying, Zot tiyeh, this is going to be the Torah of the Metzora. Why did the Torah use the word Metzora? Henu getzarat. So, for seven avur shiv'a devarim, that someone transgress in his life, we'll see later what are they, you will get tzarat. One of them is Lashon Hara. Lashon Hara, it's someone that speaks slander, speak gossip, okay? Evil gossip. There's a term also called avak Lashon Hara, it's a heat of a slander, or it's a implied slander, okay? I don't think we'll have enough time to study in this 40 minutes this book, but I'm going to bring up a few halachot, very important halachot, to our daily life. What we should be careful and what to avoid, and how it's important, and in the eyes of Hashem, you can lose your place in Gan Eden or in the world to come for speaking Lashon Hara. Gossip, evil gossip. What's the definition? What is this about? The Rabbi, this is also from in English text. People studying it daily, the halachot. It says 5 times the word Torah in regard to tzarat. 1 in the last parasha, and 4 in our parasha. It says Zot Torat nega tzarat, Zot tihye Torat ha-metzora, זאת תורת אשר בו נגע צרת, זאת התורה לכל נגע צרת, זאת תורת הצרת. Meaning that our sages teaches us that if someone speaks Lashon Hara is as if breaks and transgress the entire 5 sefarim. חמישה חומשי Torah, the entire Torah. What is tzarat? What one sees. Someone speaks Lashon Hara, he sits, eat dinner with his wife, and all of a sudden you see a spot that he doesn't recognize on the wall in the house. So he called to his wife, he says, Shula, what's going on? You just painted the house before Pesach? It's a horrible job, what is this? So look close, it's not mold, it's something strange. He says, you know what? I don't think it's the painter's problem or something they did wrong. No, we'll fix it later. He learned and he know that it might be tzaraat, but he's ignoring. Right next day, you see another one next to it. 2 days later, you see another spot. What are you supposed to do? According to the Torah, as soon as you see it, you're supposed to go to the Kohen. And the Kohen will take care of it. There's a procedure. We're not going to go through the procedure. What to do, what to say to fix it. It doesn't get it. He get it in his clothing. And then you see something looks similar on his shirt, on the sleeves of his jacket. Ignore it. Then he gets it in his body, in a hidden place. He doesn't get it. And then he get it in a place that everybody can see. And the hands and the face can't hide it anymore. Then he has to go to the Kohen. Why Hashem is doing that? Giving you all the chances in the world to fix it, to rectify the grave scene quietly, so you won't be embarrassed. But you play dumb, you get it close to your body. People would think, you know what? Why didn't they should go to the doctor? You see a spot on your body. Normally, you'll go to the doctor, but this is a special kind of sickness. It's a spiritual sickness. No doctor will help you. No surgeon, no hospital in the world. Now walking around in the fresh air with friends, sitting at home, relaxing, quitting job, nothing will help you. The longer you wait, the worse you make it. What's the procedure? You go to the Kohen. The Kohen is the expert. He is your healer. And why is that? The Midrash tells us a very famous story. It's from the Gemara. מעשה ברוכל שהיה מחזר בעיירות. He was a merchant, walking from city to city, village to village, and declare very special declaration, very special thing. What do you used to say? It says in Aramaic, Man ba'i sam hayeh. Who wants to buy a spice for life, for a good life? Something that you take and you live long life. It gets everyone's attention. Who would skip such a product? One day he passes a place where Rabbi was. And Rabbi was in his balcony, hearing this merchant screaming, who wants spices for life, for a long life? So, this is the first. Never heard such a thing before. So, can you come up, please? The merchant, the soher, looks up and sees Rabbi Yanai, the tzaddik. And he says, Rabbi, this is not for you. So, what do you mean? I'm not qualified. I have some rights like everyone else. He says, Rabbi, trust me, it's not for you. Rabbi Yanai says, you know what, bevakasha, I beg you, I want you to come up. So the rabbi says he has to come. He goes all the way up to the apartment, he opened the door for him, and then he says, can I see the product? And then this merchant opens his bag, takes a book of Tehillim, he opens it, and then reads the book. He reads from the book, from Psalms 34, Lamed Daled, saying, Mi ha'ish echafetz chaim. Mi ha'ish echafetz chaim. Ohev yamin, lirot. What's come next? Metzor leshon chamera. ושפתיך מדבר מרמה סור מרע תעשה טוב, בקש שלום, ורבנו. Very good, very good. People here are excited. The pasuk says simply, if you want a long, mi ha'ish shechafetz chayim, who is the one that wants long life? Ohev yamim lir'ot tov. Here in this world, ohev yamim lir'ot tov, see good in the next world. This is the ultimate deal, by the way. You get benefit here in the next world. Netzor leshoncha mera. Guard your mouth from speak evil, from talking evil. Usfatecha ledaber mirma. Don't cheat, don't lie. What's your mouth? Have a clean mouth. That's it. You gain reward here in this world and the next world. See, he actually, King David teaches us to do or not to do.
Not to do.
Not to do. Just watch your mouth. Sometimes, many times, it's harder not to do than to do. Because you, in many cases, many occasions, you want to respond, to fight back, to scream at someone. You're in trouble, so you have to lie, or you're not in trouble, or you want to try to get something out of someone. It's better not to say anything. You're eligible already, you're qualified for good life in this world and great life in the next world.
And long life too, because God gave you how much you can talk.
That's true.
Too much.
That says in the Kabbalah.
You lose.
When someone, before you're born, you get amount of words you can speak. If you talk too much, you get to a certain age, you either die, take the soul, or...
Wow.
Okay? I hope the video is working. Anyways. So, Rabbi Yanai, how he responded to it? Rabbi Yanai said, כל ימי חיי לא עמדתי על משמעת הפסוק. He says, all my life I was wondering, what's the meaning of this pasuk? Now I got it. The question that everyone asks, hold on, this is Rabbi Yanai. You're saying this pasukim every day, all the time. You're a teacher, you're a rabbi. You should teach other people this pasuk. What do you mean? It's the first time you understand the meaning of this pasuk. So the Terutz, the brother Ma'am Lo'ez, he says the following. You know, the tzarat, this type of leprosy, this type of sickness that someone gets, used to be in the times of Bet HaMikdash. When temple was up. What's going on today? We don't have Bet Mikdash. There is no Sanhedrin Jewish court in Yerushalayim. So how does that apply to us? So we don't have tzarat today. What about the Parashat Metzora? What about Lashon Hara? So after the destruction of the temples, we can speak Lashon Hara? There is no punishment? Okay, so what's the idea? That's a great question. No Bet Mikdash can speak Lashon Hara. Rabbi Yanai understood something very deep. You know, nevertheless, in the old days when they had Bet Mikdash, you can get signs, go to the Kohen and fix the problem. Today, there is no physical leprosy, tzarat, not leprosy, I'm sorry using this word, tzarat. There is a spiritual tzarat. How one can get spiritual tzarat? You get, God forbid, not on us, depression, anxiety. You're scared from things. You don't know what happened. You wake up in the middle of the night. You feel sad. There's no beracha in your actions. It's called nega.
If זה לא עונג, זה נגע.
If זה לא עונג, it's a nega. The Rabbi teaches us a great lesson. And the lesson is that in the old days, they were lucky. It's great to get these signs. Why? You see a spot on your wall, you get it, you go fix it, nobody knows, you do teshuvah. Today, it's a problem. It's a horrible symptom. You get depression and say, maybe I ate something bad, I don't feel well, maybe it's my boss pushing me. You don't know, it's because the Lashon Hara you spoke yesterday or today. And it just gets worse. more depression, more anxiety, things you are planning or trying to do collapsing, not it works, there's no beracha in your actions. You don't get it. This is because of Lashon Hara you did a month ago. There's nobody to talk with. Till you go to a rabbi, and the rabbi start to examine your case and give you, God forbid, I will give you good advice, but not on you. All these sicknesses, because Rambam says the worst sickness is anxiety, dikaon, depression. You see from the outside a complete person, inside it's burned. Can be fixed. With emunah in Hashem, there's a few steps that we teach how to fix it. But today, Baruch Hashem, we're lucky also to know that something happens to you out of the ordinary. Think about it. Say, what did I do wrong? This is a wake-up call from Shamayim. They want me to fix, to rectify. If you're smart, you get it. And that's what Rabbi and I understood. Says, now I understand. It's affecting the nefesh, the soul. You think you can speak Lashon Hara, gossip and rechilut, and Hashem will let it go? You speak Lashon Hara about his son, about his daughter? He's not going to let it go. You have to do teshuvah, you have to ask forgiveness. We'll see in a few minutes how to fix it. We've learned in the Parashat Shemini that one has to have a clean mouth. You want to have beracha in your business, beracha in the house, in the parnasah, livelihood, and the people around you and your family. Watch your mouth. Have a clean mouth. We have a pasuk in Vayikra, Leviticus 10:11, Parak Yud Aleph. ולהבדיל בין הקודש לבין החול, ובין הטמא ובין הטהור, ולהורות את בני ישראל. The Torah says to separate. Hashem gave us the dietary laws about what to eat, not to eat, kosher, not kosher. Concludes with saying to separate between the mundane to the holy, to the mundane, to the whole, to pure and the impure. And the pasuk ends with saying ulehorot, to teach. The Goy Mevilna said there's a great lesson here. What's the lesson? He says, brings up a story from the Tractate Pesachim about two students sitting in front of Hillel, and they were studying about Kedusha and what kind of utensils and you can use in order to take from the vineyard, or you take olives. So one of the students says, Rabbi, I have a question. Why, when we are harvesting the grapes, we have to use kosher utensils, and with the harvesting olives, it doesn't have to be kosher? The other student says the same question, but he says, why for the grapes? I want to ask the same question. Why for the grapes, kosher utensil has to have, and for when you harvest the olives, has to be, I can use an impure, a tameh utensils. So Hillel says, I can tell from here who is going to be a great rabbi, who's going to be a great teacher. The Gaon Vilna says it's simple. We can learn it from this pasuk. Who is going to be, you think? The first or the second?
The first.
Why the first? Because the first uses regular, they both ask the same questions, but he uses a clean language, clean mouth. Tahor, pure, and impure, not pure. The other one used the word tameh. It's also a word from the Torah, but the choice he made,
it's a negative word,
to do such a negative word, right? Tameh already says something about the way he thinks. And the God Mevilna says, be careful. Watch your mouth. What comes out of your mouth, it's no less important what comes into your mouth. People are so strict about kosher and Chalav Yisrael and Pat Yashan, which is all important, but they're careless about what comes out of their mouth, thinking this is less important. Let me tell you, eating something non-kosher and speaking Lashon Hara, you know what's worse? Speaking Lashon Hara, it's way worse. Evil gossip, it's way worse. By the way, when you eat something not kosher, it's easy to make teshuvah. You remember we did it in kosher. Lashon Hara, many people heard. They have to ask forgiveness in front of many people. The people you talk about they're not there anymore. The group you're there, they're not there. You moved already. Yeah, you can fix it. It's harder to do teshuvah for Lashon Hara.
Everybody knows.
Right? And then to do teshuvah, your own private teshuvah for eating something non-kosher. Just so you know, when you have a bad mouth, it doesn't matter in which language you curse can bring to mahaloket, disagreement, and mahaloket can make you lose 100 parnasot. As the Midrash says, that a disagreement, an argument, just argument for the sake of argument, not argument for the halacha, to find out the truth. It's not for the sake of shamayim, for the sake of heaven. The sake of showing off, beating someone, winning, you know. Doha 100 parnasot, you can lose 100 times parnasah for that. For why? Because you have a bad mouth. So, as we learn, this Metzora, someone that has this tzarat, has to leave camp. What kind of a punishment is this? He goes to the Kohen, and the Kohen kick him out of the camp for 7 days. Comes to check him out. If he's still skin not clean, have to stay at the camp. He has to be outside of the camp and wear a sign saying, "Be careful, I have a tzarat." It's not contaminating. Why has to have it? It's a shame. Huh? Shaming, right? Saying today shaming.
Okay.
It's shaming. Some of the Mekubalim says, because the breath that comes out of his mouth can hurt you. Stay away from this guy. He's outside of the camp. He has to be with a sign. He has to eat by himself. He probably has a small tent in the field. He has to take enough food with him and whatever he needs to stay there for 1 week. Probably would see there another Metzora and few of them on the mountain. Why is that? We know that Hashem punish midah keneged midah, measure for measure. Right?
Right.
What's the measure for measuring? You speak Lashon Hara, you speak gossip, evil gossip. What's the measure for measure? So the terutz is, the answer is simple. You, by speaking Lashon Hara, you separate someone from his wife, from his friend. People discuss by him. This guy, yeah, I know him. Whatever you said is true. Wow. I always wanted to, yeah, this is a very bad person. Next time they see him, they feel that he reject them. They want to be near him. You causes a friend or a couple to be distant between, there is no connection. And what happened? 1 second. You are away from him. I'm sorry, you cause him to be away from you. You're going to be away from society. You're going to be away from other people. You feel how is it to be lonely. Wow. Lonely, Mr. Lonely. Feel how it is. Now you think about it. Now 1 hour, now 1 day, a whole week. You're going to have 1 Shabbat by yourself.
Wow.
You have to be on Shabbat there.
Wow.
See how it is? Next time, be very careful. Next time you see a spot on the wall, you'll do teshuvah or repent immediately. In Judaism, you don't go to a booth and confess and everything is forgiven. Our Torah is Torah of life, Torah that came from Hashem will never change. Torah says you have to do. Hashem tzivah and God commanded us lishmor ve'le'asot, to keep and to do, always to do. You have to do teshuvah now. Go to Rabbi and he'll teach you how to do it. It says over 7 al shiv'ah devarim, 1 gets negaim. You get punishments from Shamayim. Over 7 things we'll see that you transgress, you break. Lashon Hara, killing, false testimony, which is accompanied with a false oath sworn. Gilui arayot, to be not clean in a relationship. Gesut aruach, being rude. Gezel, which is thievery. V'ntzarut ha'ayin, being stingy. Jealousy. You want to have more. See in which category Lashon Hara is. Like killing. Because you killed your friend. You make him lose, you make him white, lose the blood in his face. You embarrass him before many people. The Shamayim, it's written as if you killed him. You know, after 120 years, the Mekubalim says, one will go to Shamayim, and they show him all the mitzvot he did and all the averot and all the sins. All of a sudden you see a list that he killed 175 people. He says, guys, this is a mistake. I didn't kill anybody. In my life, I didn't kill a fly. No, let me show you. And they show how many times he speaks Lashon Hara and embarrass other people. In Shamayim, it's equal as if you killed, you murdered someone. What are you going to do?
Lashon Hara killed 3.
It's killed 3. The one that say it, the one that accept it, and the one that just talks about. 3 being affected by it. The one that say, the one that mekabel, it's called here, and the one you talked about. And the power of switch, you can live long or you can lose. This is the time to do teshuvah. And you hear this shir, you hear this class. It's a time to do teshuvah from evil gossip, from Lashon Hara. Don't wait till Yom Kippur. Many people waited till Yom Kippur, didn't reach that point. God had other plans for them. I wish you a long life, many Rosh Hashanah, and many Hagim, many holidays.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
It's a good question. We'll answer that in a minute. Let me just finish this part.
It's very hard, קשה לשמוע אותה. בוא תנסה לו לדבר.
What is Lashon Hara? What's the definition of Lashon Hara?
To talk about somebody else.
Someone says, what do you want? I'm telling the truth. I saw him at the burger. I saw him eating, everybody order 1 burger. He's the only one who ordered 3. I just said, it's funny. It's the truth.
And it's not kosher.
No, it's kosher. It's even kosher. The Torah says you spoke Lashon Hara. Why? Because you're disgracing him in front of other people. You see, eat like a pig. And even if it's true, it's called Lashon Hara. It's an evil gossip. If it's not true, it's called Motzi Shem Ra. You're giving a friend or someone else a bad name. This is another issue. So Lashon Hara is talking the truth.
It's a mitzvah kasha.
Mitzvah kasha, what's hard to close your mouth?
It also says you should judge somebody favorably.
I know some people that usually close their mouth. They almost never speak about other people. We have here Efi Saadia. I know for many years. Usually doesn't speak about anybody. He's very good in this mitzvah Lashon Hara. When he speaks, usually he speaks Divrei Torah and Hidush and something like that. You almost never hear from him speak about this guy, bad guy. That doesn't. You can learn from him too. Yeah. Did you hear from him Lashon Hara lately? Huh? So this is a great lesson we can all learn.
He's not going to tell you because you're not going to tell you heard the shiur.
Someone that watches his mouth and his tongue, zoche le'or genuz, he is qualified to receive the hidden light. Hidden light is how when Hashem created the world. The first light was the hidden light. It's called or genuz. Let's not get into it. We're very short in time. I plan to talk about it much more. I just want to conclude with few halachot, few laws about Lashon Hara. Finish this class with that.
And more
to show. Bavakasha.
A guy talk a lot of Lashon Hara. Then he said, from today, I want to be good boy.
Okay.
So all the past go away.
Okay. Let me answer that. First of all, it's the first step, which is a great thing to do. Number 1. Number 2 is you need to know a few things. If you speak Lashon Hara against someone before other people, you need to apologize before them And if he doesn't know, you don't have to go and tell him. I spoke about Lashon Hara, it's better they won't know. If you embarrassed him before many people, you have to apologize in front of many people. First of all, what you do, you accept upon yourself to do teshuvah for all the Lashon Hara you ever did from the day you start to talk. For this Gilgul and the Gilgul before. For this life and all the life you had on this earth. I'm serious. We say it in the tefillot. בגלגול זה ובגלגולים אחרים. And the next step is, you should know that Hashem will test you. You accept upon yourself, next time you hear someone talk about someone else, I don't accept, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear.
Go away.
Yeah. What if someone talks to Lashon Hara and you're in the bus, you're in an airplane, you can't jump out. You either walk away, or you ask them to stop, or put your fingers over here. So I don't want to listen. This is a sign that you did the full teshuvah. Tell to Hashem, Hashem, I didn't know there's such thing. And if I knew, I don't know how to fix it. No, I know how to fix it. Okay?
It's very hard.
You should know the way that you act in this world, they act in Shamayim to you. באותה מידה שאדם מודד מן השמיים, מודדים לו. When you hurt someone, from Shamayim they'll hurt you. How they'll hurt you? When you need protection, they won't be there for you. Hashem won't be there for you. You get hurt. Actually, you remove the protection, the shield that you created from all the Torah, the mitzvot, the chesed, the tzedakah you made in the Bet Knesset just today. You talk Lashon Hara on the way out to the car, boom, you move the shield that you created yourself. So who hurting who? You hurting yourself. It says in the Kabbalah, כפי איך שהאדם מתנהג עצמו במידותיו בעולם הזה, הוא מעורר כנגדו למעלה בעולם העליון. The same way. This is called measure for measure. It's a very simple rule. Everybody has to remember. You be good to other, hesed, tzedakah. From Shamayim, they'll do the same thing with you. You hear someone speak Lashon Hara and you stop him, someone else speak Lashon Hara about you, Hashem will make from Shamayim that they'll stop him. They don't dirty your name. In the last 2 minutes, if you guys have any questions, please ask, because I plan to speak much more, but we are very short in time. Any questions about Lashon Hara? I will conclude with saying that I had a question about it just before Pesach. Someone asked me, listen, Rabbi, I have a question for you about Lashon Hara. What's the question? He said, someone wants to go in partnership with someone else. It's walking in the mall, whatever. And they asked for my opinion because I know him. And I know he's not trustworthy. But I'm afraid if I speak Lashon Hara, maybe if I tell him it's considered Lashon Hara. It's an evil gossip, because I'm going to say bad things about someone else, another Jew. Question number 1. Question number 2. Can I speak Lashon Hara against a non-Jew? The halacha in the Torah, it's against Re'eu, Havero, friend. Can I speak Lashon Hara gossip against a non-Jew?
No.
So the answer for the first one is, if he goes into a business relationship with someone else, and you know by telling him, by warning him, you're saving him, it's a must for you to tell him. No more, no less. And you can tell them, you know, when I did a business with him, or when I had a friend that did business with him, it didn't go well. So, if you ask me, I would not do a business partnership with him. He'll get it. He has too many questions, I don't want to go through details, but I'm telling you this, I wouldn't do it. That's it. Case is closed. The halacha about talking Lashon Hara, it's against your fellow brother Jew. If you go by the core of the halacha, simple halacha, you can speak about other nation Lashon Hara. But the Rabbi teaches us in halacha not to speak Lashon Hara even against a non-Jew.
They're going to get used.
Why?
Get used to it.
Because you get used to speak Lashon Hara, you won't distinguish between a Jew and non-Jew, and you train yourself to speak about other people easily, and shortly after you speak Lashon Hara against your fellow Jew.
אז אחד שהוא חירש ואילם, זה טוב בשבילו. לא, בלי צחוק אני מדבר.
So Mashiach asks the question, if someone is deaf and mute, it's great for him. He doesn't hear Lashon Hara, and he doesn't speak Lashon Hara. At some point you're right, I tell you why.
But in this world,
And the Kabbalah says, the Ari HaKadosh says, that when someone has to come in Gilgul, Hashem many times put a tzaddik, a righteous neshama, a righteous soul, and someone that has this disability, being deaf and mute. So they won't sin, and they are exempt from all the mitzvot in the Torah. They have to be here in certain time, few years. They finish their tikkun, and they get their share in the world to come the best place. So, and certain think it's fine, it's good, but we don't want to be there because we lose the ability to do mitzvot, to speak, to teach.
I don't know if you get credit.
I hear what you're saying.
You cannot talk and you cannot listen.
Right, but the Torah teaches you, nevertheless, Hashem didn't make you a mute and deaf. You can make yourself deaf and mute.
Wow.
You hear Lashon Hara, you take this, you see this, how you call this?
Earlobes.
How do you call it? Earlobes?
Aliyah.
Yeah, and you turn it inside in. Okay? What?
You can't hear me?
I'm sorry, say it again. You see it working. And you close your mouth. The tongue has two barriers. The teeth and the mouth.
Amazing.
Here it's only one. Here it's only one. Here it's only one. Here two. And yet, keep talking.
That's amazing.
Let's keep doing mitzvah. Let's keep doing averot.
שופטים ושוטרים.
שופטים ושוטרים, exactly. בכל שעריך, in all your gates, you should put judges and officers. Judge before you speak, and officer, punish yourself when you did something wrong. Last question for the day.
How can you remember who you heard or not?
So he asked that question, yes. In case you don't remember,
Good question.
in case you don't remember, you do a general teshuvah for all the Lashon Hara you talk from day one. And you're saying, if I remember and I embarrass someone, I'll go ask for him forgiveness. If he doesn't live in the same country, pick up the phone and call. Ask for slicha. Don't wait till Rosh Hashanah or Aseret Yemei Teshuvah, the days of repentance. Today.
This person?
Huh? If he knows, and you know that he knows, you have to tell him. If he doesn't know, better not to say anything. And your teshuvah will be to be extra careful and teach other people to be careful with Lashon Hara or gossip, evil gossip, or curses or whatever. From now on you decide to keep your mouth clean.
So I have a question. If in our days that you have Facebook and stuff like this, can you apologize in front of everybody?
Yes, you can. Use this tool to apologize to many.
Yeah?
It's a great tool. You can do it with mitzvot, you can do it with averot.
And mention a name and then you
No. You don't mention a name that nobody knows.
For someone that you heard him in front
But
of
you have to create a group that this only group was there. And now,
So
if you say with someone in front of,
people that was there, that were
if you know there's in front of 5 people, that these are the group, you create a group and you say slicha, sorry, it's fine. But if it's a group of 50 people, the other 45 doesn't know what you're talking about, and then going to start to talk about it and make it worse.
Okay.
So you don't want to mention that in front of people that are not part of this teshuvah.
Rabbeinu, can you tell us again about how in Shemaim every time you use a curse word, HaKadosh Baruch Hu uses with your mitzvot to cover you from? How was that? How did that go again?
It says in the Kabbalah that in order to protect you, they're using a mitzvot that you made to cover for averot you do. Because you see many times people speak Lashon Hara or the curse, and yet they don't get punished. Why? Because Hashem protect them. But they're using the credit you have for so many mitzvot you did. You come to Shamayim, you see all the mitzvot you expect to get reward for, they're gone. Why? Because they had to use it to give you either more life or to protect you from evil. It's in the world. So close your mouth and you'll be protected. Everybody, on behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, I want to thank everybody we should take upon ourselves from today not to speak Lashon Hara and evil, to watch our mouth. Only good things should come out of our mouth, only berachot. May Hashem bless you with all the berachot in the Torah. Toda Rabba and Shavua Tov.
Amen.